All right, guys, we got to talk about this very serious level for Bitcoin dominance. Now, I've had this drawn up for a while, and I've been talking about Bitcoin dominance for quite some time here on YouTube and on social media. But I cleaned it up a little bit today because it's actually following the path that we've put out there. And I wanted to kind of make it relatable with certain dates that I think is going to happen. So, obviously, you could see that I believe the Bitcoin dominance is going to come down even more. Right now, it's at 58.35%. We are entering a very important Fibonacci level, being the 786 level at 56.83%. So, in about 2 more percent, we're going to be at the next Fibonacci level. Now, I believe we may actually pull down a little more into this area right here. This would be the next area with a ton of traffic, I would say, a ton of support, which used to be resistance. So I'm really looking for somewhere in between 56.83 all the way down to 54.4 before a bounce up, right? And that's could happen very soon. And this, if it kind of moves the way it's moved before, you could see like the angle of it and the time frame. This would get us, if we get down to about 54, 55%, let's say, for the dominance, this would get us around the first week of September. So it's going to be interesting to see how much it's a sell the news type thing. Like if they cut rates, that could be very good news and more money would flow into crypto and stocks and everything we talk about. But if they don't cut rates, then that could actually push this up again, right? And that would be people would be very, very concerned because they're expecting to cut rates. And I think regardless, we're gonna have a move kind of like this where we're going to reject. Now, why do I have the arrow way up here? Well, this would be from like early September all the way to mid-October. And if that happens, that means altcoins are going to bleed out. Okay. And the reason I put it so high is because when you take a Fibonacci from that high point to the low, this would be the 618 level right here. And also there's a ton of volume up here in this area. So we don't necessarily have to go that high, but I think we could go that high if it plays out just like this. And then when the dust settles, I believe we're going to crash down and have a blow off top. And that would get us to about 47% for the Bitcoin dominance. And this, if it follows this path, this would be like the first week of December. So from mid-October to the next, for the next month and a half, I would assume, of course, it's not financial advice. This is all just my own opinion. You should do even more research, but I would assume over the next month and a half, we would be down here and that would be the top of the cycle.
What's up, guys? Grab your coffee for this one. Back in May, told people about RDDT Reddit stock at 115, made a purchase, made a post about it, and let's see where it's at today. Today it's now priced at $217. Yesterday I told members great buying opportunity for this crypto, same setup. Litecoin. It was at $115. You can see right here, talking about support resistance. Here's the beautiful picture that I draw for you. Now it's priced at $121. You gotta take action right away. What about in July when I said next play 100% move? ETH is about to break out. This was priced at $3,700 right there. And I drew it for everyone to explain what's about to happen. It's about to break that Fibonacci level. Now you can see ETH is priced at $4,716. Guys, join today. It's the cheapest it'll ever be. Prices are going up September 1st. You wanna lock in on this stuff. You wanna understand when to buy, when to start to scale out, and that's what I teach. Join our community. We're looking forward to seeing you.
So now we have to talk about Bitcoin and the current levels it's at. Some indicators I have that tells me when to completely sell out of Bitcoin, and also some Fibonacci levels. So this is very, very important stuff, guys. If you haven't liked the video yet, make sure you drop a like. This needs to be pushed out to more people. More people need to see this. More people you care about need to see this because no one understands movements and Bitcoin and crypto and all the stuff we talk about, but I keep it simple. So looking at this, I have two purple boxes, okay? These are really my sell targets for Bitcoin. And probably if it lines up with the dominance I just shared and certain Fibonacci levels for altcoins I hold, it might line up perfectly with certain levels I sell for altcoins also. But for anyone that holds Bitcoin, these are kind of the targets you want to look for. So I have a bunch of fibs up here, okay? And this is really the next levels of resistance. Since Bitcoin has hit new all-time highs, we have to use Fibonacci levels to understand where it could potentially go next, right? And we also line this up with the RSI and the stochastic, and you'll really get aligned on a daily time frame. where everything's going. If this confuses you, just join my Patreon down below, send me a message, and we'll meet and we'll talk. Okay. So looking at this, I took a fib from that high to this low. You can see all these levels. The 1.618 level is 130,000, which has been a target of mine for quite some time. If I go over here to this fib where I took it from that old high to this low, you can see that the 1.618 level is 130,000. So we have two levels right here that line up perfectly with 130,000. So that's going to be my range, about 130,000 to about 136,000. The reason I say 136,000, that's this Fibonacci level right here, the 3.618 level. Okay. I think that's probably going to be the highest we're going to go. And then we're going to crash down, kind of like what I showed you with the dominance. Okay. So we got to really be watching this very closely. And then after that happens, I think we'll have a blow off top and go much higher. And I think the end of the year, my target for Bitcoin would be a full Fibonacci retracement from this level right here. So this would get us to about 161,000 all the way up to about 163,000. Why do I say that? Well, it's a full Fibonacci retracement from here. And then also from this level, it would be the 2.618 level right there. Okay. Plus, it would get us, let's see. Okay, so yeah, 154 to about 163,000 is really my range right here. That's going to be the final top, I believe, for Bitcoin. But the other indicator that I have is these lines. When this line right here touches that line, that's it. So I got to look at a bunch of stuff. Make sure you subscribe. I want to be updating you every single week on this, and have a great weekend.